Well, this is me. 2 months after my check ride departure in Stehekin State, my favorite airstrip in Washington, and realizing pretty quick that in the backcountry the margins are not that long, and you need all the performance in the world. In our case, with a 7-year-old airplane with 145 horsepower, the best way we can to squeeze more power out of this old lady is to make it even lighter than it already is. So this is the video. Today we're going to talk about weight and performance.
Oh, this is sketchy.
So we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about weight that we're not necessarily taking out of the airplane, but we avoiding adding to the airplane. Things that we're not doing to add more weights to the airplane. We're going to talk about things that we're taking out of the airplane. They'll definitely help us reducing weight, making our empty basic weight be a lot lower, for instance. And I'm going to talk about one more thing that is a strategy, a step, or something that every pilot can do, or most every pilot, but that would help you carry one extra jug of fuel. All right, it got windy here, so let's try this. But first, I want to say that this is my experience. I'm not a CFI, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not even an experienced pilot for that matter. First time owner, and this is just my experience with my old lady. So if you guys have anything different, feel free, put in the comments there. And whatever I say here is just for my own entertainment and just sharing and trying to learn. So let's go. Like I said, the three categories I was talking about. One is let's call not adding more weight to the plane. And when we compare it to a regular 172, more modern airplane, I know we're talking about 50-year-old airplanes here, or 70 in our case, but being the very first 172 ever built, she's already light to start with. This airplane, specifically her empty weight, is 1308, and that helps us a lot because you're not going to find anything lighter in as far as 172 goes. It's very common to see empty weights in the 1400s, 1500s even. So just by being an old airplane, the very first one made, the type of material, the thickness of the material that they use, the systems not having electric flaps, not a whole lot of interior panels. Everything in this airplane back in the day was made to be light to start with, so that helps us a lot. The other part is paint. We don't have any paint, maybe a little bit left in there. But yeah, in the 56, they didn't have a whole lot of paint in this specific model. But if you, from what I look at least online, anything that you look up, it can go 15 to 30 pounds to paint an airplane. So by not having this airplane painted, we're not adding, 15 to 30 pounds, let's call 20 pounds or even 15 pounds. So that helps a lot. We're not adding more weight to the old lady. So like I said, when we updated the panel, we took a lot of weight and we tried to add as minimal weight back. So instead of those double panel, I don't know how you call that, but the bracket and the finish here, we opted for just one flat panel. And then we kept some of the original backup gauges, but we have two AV30s, an iPad, EGT, CHT, oil and oil pressure and oil temp, and that's it. And that brought us a very good modern panel with all the redundancy we need and everything at about 5 to 6 pounds lighter, if I remember right. I gotta check with Brendan on that, but somewhere in there. So here's what we're talking about, the old stuff that was part of this is the back of the panel where the avionics were bolted. Here are all the legacy avionics, the instruments that were there. They're very, very heavy. We took all the Venturi system out. I'm not having here, but all the filter, hoses, everything. and the veneer that goes on top of here. Um, so all this plus the Venturi system, everything, it's a lot of weight that we took from the nose and upgrading to new modern avionics. As you guys can see, we took everything out. So like I said, when we take the front seat out, that's 16 pounds that we're taking out of here. The back seat, it's another 28 pounds. So just the two seats alone, that's 44 pounds of weight that we're taking out. And that's a huge difference from an airplane with low horsepower, the 7-year-old trying to do backcountry performance. So every pound counts, and those items for sure are the biggest ones. But on top of that, also, we don't have any interior carpet or any floor finish whatsoever here, and kind of hard to find numbers of those things online. If anybody has a better idea or can correct me here, please feel free. But from my research, basically what we found is about 7 pounds, which is what a carpet set for a 172 would weigh. So that's another 7 pounds that we have shaved. So we talk about the things that we're not adding weight. We talk about the things that we took weight out. And then I mentioned an extra one that we could help us carry more fuel, basically. And this is something that we all, pretty much almost all of us could do it. I've been dreaming about flying bush planes and, looking up online and looking at websites and forums and seeing the people in the Super Cubs and all of that. And you can see every time that you look into those information, weight, they're always talking about weight, using carbon fiber, comparing size of tires and how much you weigh. Weight is a major factor when they're looking into building a bush plane and all those things. So if you look at those forums and the Super Cub and all the backcountry pilots and all those things, and people are discussing weight and how to shave weight and how to make the airplane light, you probably will find a comment that says, just lose some weight or 20 pounds or 30 pounds, and then you'll be fine. So that's what I did. A year ago, I started trying to work on this project, and today I lost 25 pounds, which allows me to carry pretty much almost 5 more gallons of fuel without adding weight to the old lady, or just fly 25 pounds lighter than I was a year ago. So there you go. It might cost a little bit of money, not a whole lot, but it's not easy. I can tell you that much. It's a lot easier to take the seats out of the airplane and be lighter. But that's another strategy you can take as well. As far as improving performance, though, I will do a video later with some of the things we've done to her, but we did a top overhaul. And when we did that, we overhauled the prop and we repitched the prop to have better climb. And that helped a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So combining some of the things we're doing here as far as weight savings go or losing weight, plus some things like repitching the prop, this is why we're getting, to go in places and feel a little better about the performance and climbing out and getting in and out. Now, will all this nonsense, all these weights and trying to shave everything and losing weight and all this conversation make this old lady fly better in the backcountry or get us in and out of places that we wanted to be in? Like I said, she was not built for I mean, we have the famous Landomatic, but it does. I think it does. But you guys be the judge. I'll try to show some stuff, but we'll know for sure at the end of the month because I'll be flying to Idaho and we'll be doing Idaho backcountry high altitude. So stay tuned and see how that goes. See you there.